Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you again. I'm about to do some yard work, but I just got a really cool pair of kicks delivered. I actually slept on these when they first dropped, but this pair, along with a couple other SB Dunk lows, was restocked on sneakers recently, and I was able to get that retail W. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these big money savings SB Dunk lows. So don't mind me, I am dressed like a scrub. I am about to do some yard work, but I have so many pairs of shoes that I need to review and more pairs coming. I actually picked up a couple of pairs of Yeezys. I don't want to say which ones because I want to save it for the reviews. Mrs. Butter actually has a couple of recent pickups, and I'm waiting for her to be able to review those with me as well. So there's a ton of content coming, but right now I just saw that I had a couple minutes free and these were here, so I wanted to get this together. I slept on these the first time that they dropped. I think it was in April. It wasn't that long ago, but I had just picked up the City of Style SB Dunk lows. I don't know if pictures just didn't do these justice or what the case was, but whenever these first dropped, they just didn't really have my attention, and now I really love this pair. In my opinion, this is probably my favorite GR SB Dunk low that has dropped so far in 2024. The tag reads Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Premium. The colors are Baroque Brown and Summit White. I got these in a size 10.5. I always go a half size up on my SB Dunk lows just because if I go true to size, it seems like they feel a little bit too snug for my fat feet. And enough of my yapping. Here they are, the big money savings SB Dunk lows. I am the biggest fan, and I say it all the time, of different textures and different materials on a shoe, and really this is like a gold mine of different textures. I think Nike SB drew inspiration from thrift stores, and you can definitely see that kind of color palette coming through. You can see certain hits like on the side panels where it kind of has that tin-like material, all the different fabrics and all the different colors. It doesn't just give these a vintage vibe, but it really does just nail that inspiration of thrift stores. And I feel like this is why people love SB Dunk lows, because of pairs like this. The detail in these things goes crazy, and if you would look at all these materials separately, especially what they have on the side panels, you might think there's no way that that's going to go together. But then whenever you look at the finished product, I mean, they look incredible to me. I love the colors. I love just all the different textures. Everything about these, I think, is an absolute home run. And I can say with assurance, this is my favorite SB Dunk low that I've picked up this year. It's funny to think I didn't even go for them the first time that they dropped, but then I saw people talking about them, and I got to see a pair in hand, and as soon as I saw them, I was kicking myself for not going for these. Once again, it is a wonderful time to be a sneakerhead. It's a wonderful time to be building up your collection, because a couple of years ago, you would have never hit an SB Dunk low of this caliber for retail. If you would have, then it probably would have been the only SB Dunk low W that you would have had of the year or something. I really like the kind of laces they gave us with these. They came with these tan rope style laces, but it's like a woven rope. And then they also gave us a turquoise or like a Tiffany blue color and a reddish orange rust color. I will probably go with the blue laces or else the tan laces that are already in there. There's plenty of lace swaps on YouTube if you're interested in seeing what it looks like, but I think I prefer the turquoise color the most. Looking at the outsole, it's a standard SB Dunk tread pattern. The pivot point has the little stars on it like you see on SB Dunks. We've got that cushioning peeking through. That's in that contrasting red color, but it says Nike SB. And then the rest of the outsole is in a really pretty blue color, and it has little speckles on it, but it doesn't really look like the regrind. I'm not really sure what to call that, but I think it looks really neat. Not sure if y'all can see those little speckles or not, but it's a nice effect on there. You can see that that blue colored outsole meets a sail or off-white midsole, and it looks like the stitching in the midsole is a little bit tinted as well. It doesn't look like that's a bright white, and I think that helps to go with that vintage type look. As we come up to the mudguard, we have this nice, I'd call it a brown color, but it almost looks like they did something to make it look faded in some spots, and that's not me critiquing it. I actually really like the way that that looks. But you can see it just looks like there's patches of lighter brown along with darker brown. You can really see it on the inside. It almost even looks like they dyed it a little bit unevenly just to really hammer home that vintage or thrift shop vibe, but I really like the way it came out. It is folded over here on the front of the toe box, but you have that brown suede for the mudguard going up the eye stays and then wrapping around the base of the heel. I'm not sure if this is like a hemp material. It almost just feels like a potato sack or something like that. But that's what we have for our toe box. And it does feel like it's a pretty heavy, kind of stiff material, but I think it looks great. And I'm sure the more you wear these, they'll be just fine as far as comfort goes. We've got that on the toe box. I think that's the only place that we see that specific material. I absolutely love the material that they gave us on the side panels, and it actually does feel like it is like a really thin piece of tin or something like that, but it does look like something that you would see in like an old restaurant or something. It reminds me of like gold leaf. Whenever you go somewhere and you see that they have that like gold leaf on the ceiling or just accents throughout the room, that's what it looks like. It almost has like a paisley kind of design, and it's like pressed in there, but it looks like a bluish silver kind of hue coming off of that. And again, it really hammers home that thrift shop vibe. It really gives it a cool vintage look, and it's just another texture and color that I love on this shoe. For our swooshes, they gave us a crackling leather, and that kind of reminds me of the leather that we have for the Audemars Piguet Jordan 1 highs. If you've seen that, then you know what I'm talking about. But I really love that detail. Again, really goes with the vintage theme. On the heel of the shoe, we got a nice dark color, and I don't even know what to describe this as. It almost feels like furniture or a couch. It's another texture, and somehow these shoes make all these materials just look like they were made for each other. It does have those rows of stitching. It looks like the stitching might be in a brown color on there. Then we have another material in a white color for our heel tab, and it's got that reddish orange Nike embroidered on there. It's written in cursive. I think that looks really neat. Our tongue is this light tan color, and again, that kind of feels like furniture. It really just feels like something you would feel on an old couch or an old chair, but it looks really nice. It's nice and padded. It's the same tan color as the laces that came in it, and it looks like the piping going along the edges is that same color. Then I love the contrast of that Tiffany colored tag there on the top. On the back of the tongue on the left shoe, it says 58% off Nike SB, and it's got a barcode on there. I read where that 58 was just like the numerical value for SB, and I think that's a pretty cool touch. I might not have known that if I didn't read it. Then on the back of the right tongue, it's got a tag, and it says big money savings. It's got a barcode. It says 58 cool points, which again is a nod to SB, but I just love little touches like that. I think that is such a cool detail. Our sock liner is a nice tan color, and it's got a different texture. Again, feels like an old couch or something, hammering home that thrift shop vibe. And down on the insole, we have some Nike SB branding, but it looks like it was cross-stitched on there. That was a pretty quick look at these big money savings SB Dunk lows. I'm so pumped I was able to get these. I really don't know what I was thinking passing on these in the first place, but like I said, I had just gotten the City of Style SB Dunk lows, and at that time I thought that I preferred that pastoral print pair over this one. However, these are my favorite SB Dunk Lows that I've picked up in a minute. I think they came out just absolutely perfect, so I gotta tip my hat to Nike SB. I don't think resale is crazy on these or anything, but I think it is a wonderful pair to add to the collection. Let me know what you all think about these, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.